Should animals have legal personhood? Have you ever thought about whether animals should have the same legal rights as humans? This question opens up a fascinating discussion about animal rights and ethics. Legal personhood means that an entity is recognized by law as having rights and responsibilities. Traditionally, this status has been reserved for humans and certain organizations. However, there is a growing conversation about extending this status to animals. From an ethical standpoint, many argue that animals deserve legal personhood because they are sentient beings. Sentience means the ability to feel pain, pleasure, and emotions. Animals like primates, dolphins, and elephants show advanced problem-solving skills and emotional experiences. These traits suggest that animals are not just property but beings with moral value that deserve protection. If animals were granted legal personhood, it would mean recognizing their basic rights. This could include rights to bodily integrity, liberty, and even the right to life. Currently, animals are classified as property under the law, which limits their protection and allows for exploitation in industries like farming and research. Changing their legal status could lead to stronger laws that protect their interests. However, there are concerns about what granting legal personhood to animals might mean. Some people worry about the impact on industries that depend on animals. They fear it could disrupt cultural practices involving animals and complicate our legal systems. There are also worries about conflicts between human interests and animal rights. On the other hand, supporters of animal personhood argue that the ethical responsibility to prevent suffering outweighs these concerns. They believe that many harmful practices are already regulated, and legal personhood would encourage more humane treatment. Recognizing animals' moral status could lead to a more respectful understanding of human-animal relationships, moving away from speciesism, which is discrimination based on species. In practical terms, if animals had legal personhood, they could have legal guardians or representatives to act on their behalf in court. This would help protect their welfare and rights. It would also encourage laws that reflected animals' moral status, aligning legal frameworks with modern views on justice and compassion. Considering all these factors, the question of whether animals should have legal personhood is complex. Their sentience and cognitive abilities suggest they deserve recognition and protection under the law. This shift could challenge the traditional view of animals as property and lead to legal reforms that acknowledge their intrinsic value and rights.